195-pound preview with the bracket here. And 195 is another weight class where it's all guys who beat each other at some point in time. Davis Lee, DiTrolio, Carbajal, Quinn Collins. About the only one that hasn't wrestled a lot of these guys is Ryan Katka, and we're not quite sure. His lone 2 losses were at Beast of the East this season, and then aside from that, hasn't really had that tough of a schedule. So it's hard to know, just exactly, I guess, how good he is, and this weekend will be his opportunity to show. Other guys, Logan Green spent some time at number 1 in the region. Carl DiGiorgio and Avery Shivak, return regional qualifier. This weight class can go so many different ways, and a lot of these guys have bumped in head to head, and it's not like it's cut and dry who's beating who. So I'm gonna do my best here with this particular weight class, and we'll go down the list here. We got Davis Lee as the 1 seed off his championship of the East last year, returning regional qualifier, senior from Pennsbury. Avery Shivak won the North, returning regional qualifier with an exciting win over Louis Carbajal from Springford. The 3 seed is Ryan Katka from Sun Valley. Possibly would be higher. Didn't have he said aside from the 2 losses at Beast, didn't have a whole lot of prestige points to go with his record. And then Cole Root from Academy Park is the 4 seed. So let's do our best here. Got Davis Lee beating Ben Farbaugh from Strathaven. Jacob Sterling losing to Sam DiTrolio from Garnet Valley. Louis Carbajal beating Kevin Figueroa from Oxford. Quinn Collins beating Cole Root. Collins spent some time up near the top of the region. Had a tough tournament this past weekend, losing twice, taking 4th. Ryan Katka beating Damien Farrakau from Upper Perk. Logan Green beating John Harwood from Haverford. Carl DiGiorgio beating John Phillips from Interborough, and Avery Shivak beating Anthony Meadows from Westchester Ruston. And as we go and look into these quarterfinal matchups, and again, like all these matchups are going to be really good matches. A lot of guys are really even. There's no one that's really distanced themselves from this whole pack. So I think I'm pretty confident in my 8 here in these quarterfinals. Past that, who knows? It's gonna be like one of those ones. It's gonna be fun to see how it unfolds. I've got Lee and DiTrolio. I'm going with Davis Lee, just based upon he's hot. He came in hot, won some big matches last weekend. We had Carbajal and Collins. It is a rematch from a dual meet earlier in the year, won by Carbajal. I'm going with Carbajal again. Guy just finds ways to win in matches that tough, close matches. I mean, he did come up on the wrong end of a close match with Avery Shivak over the weekend, but he's guy it's tough to score on, and he's tough in his ties. He's a little bit on the shorter side, so he doesn't have as much real estate in the leg area to get to. So he's scrappy, is a good way to put it. Katka and Green, I'm going with Katka. He's got to get to wrestle with his brother a lot, I'm sure, in that Sun Valley room, and I think I know how good he is. That's why I'm going with Katka. But Logan Green's no easy out in the quarterfinals. I mean, like I said, this is one of those matches you could even say could be a regional final match. And then DiGiorgio and Shivak, they've wrestled before, and I'm going with DiGiorgio. Again, he's wrestled Shivak in the past and beaten him. And we got Lee and Carbajal and Katka and DiGiorgio. I'm going with Lee to beat Carbajal, and I'm going with Katka to beat DiGiorgio to get to the regional final, and both get punched their ticket to states. In the final, I'm going with Lee to win just because he comes in with a little bit more hype around him as far as being the wrestler. It's won some bigger matches and more recently than Katka has. So you have that's how the winners bracket, in my opinion, does shake out. Let's take a look down at the consolation bracket. You got Faribault and Sterling. Sterling getting a win for the Vikings. Perk Valley, Figueroa beating Root, Faircow beating Harwood, and Phillips beating Meadows. DiTrolio beating Phillips, Collins beating Faircow, Green beating Figueroa, and Shivak beating Sterling. Sorry. You look at these consolation quarters, Shivak and Green, Collins, DiTrolio. These are guys that you could be saying could be going to states, and now they're wrestling in the consi quarters. I got Shivak beating Green. I got Collins beating DiTrolio, and sorry, didn't drop DiGiorgio's name down. I must have, when I copied and pasted, I must have forgot. But DiGiorgio will be right here. Got Shivak versus Carbajal in a rematch of the final last week. I'm going Shivak to win again and get to states. I got Collins and DiGiorgio. I'm going with CB East over CB West right here, and going Collins for the win. Collins to beat Shivak and take third, and then Carbajal beating DiGiorgio to take fifth place. So you got Lee in first, Katka in second from Sun Valley, Collins from CB East in third, Shivak from Pottsgrove in fourth, and Louis Carbajal from Springford finishing fifth. And again, like this is a weight class where any way you look at it, you're going to have some kind of guy that was a regional qualifier before at some point, not taking that next level, making that step to being a state qualifier. Logan Green was a guy, like I said, spent most of the season up near the top of the regional rankings, which again are just for entertainment, but they're for the most part fairly accurate. Of the ranking team does a pretty good job of getting it right as far as identifying who our better wrestlers are, and not making it. DiTrolio, same thing. Guy that's had a really nice season, but there's no way I see him getting out. And then you got Carbajal and DiGiorgio going at it, and DiGiorgio spent some time up near the top of the rankings and has some big wins this season, but not getting by Louis Carbajal when it matters most. So that's what I got for 195. Be working on 220 and 285 here, and as we wind down into the late hours of the evening here on Thursday night, so that everyone has these for Friday for your viewing and or listening pleasure, to dissect and comment about, and look forward to maybe some chatter on the forum.